Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. The President of the UN General Assembly, His Excellency Philemon Yang, welcomes the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. He calls on all parties to fully respect and implement the terms of the agreement and stresses that a ceasefire must hold firm and lead to a lasting halt of the fighting. Now we go to appointments. The President of the UN General Assembly has appointed His Excellency Maurizio Mazzari, Permanent Representative of Italy, and His Excellency Hoang Dang, Permanent Representative of Vietnam, to lead an intergovernmental process on scopes and modalities of the high-level meeting on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response in 2006. Please note that the President has also appointed Her Excellency Sophie de Smed, the new permanent representative of Belgium, as co-facilitator of the intergovernmental negotiations on a concise, action-oriented political declaration of the World Social Summit. Her Excellency de Smed succeeds Richard Philippe Credelka, who has completed his term. The other co-facilitator is His Excellency Omar Hilali, the permanent representative of Morocco. The President of the General Assembly has also appointed His Excellency Erastus Lokal, permanent representative of the Republic of Kenya, and His Excellency Rytis Paulauskas, permanent representative of the Republic of Lithuania, as co-facilitators of the intergovernmental consultations to finalize the modalities for the overall review by the General Assembly of the implementation of the outcomes of the World Summit on the Information Society. In the week ahead, next Monday, 27th of January, there will be intergovernmental consultations on the text of the Zero Draft Declaration for the 2025 UN Ocean Conference. On Tuesday, the 28th of January, there will be an informal interactive dialogue on preserving human dignity in armed conflict. Preserving human dignity in armed conflict is one of the President's priorities. This dialogue, held in collaboration with the International Committee of the Red Cross, will seek to raise awareness of the importance of compliance with international humanitarian law in preserving human dignity during armed conflict. There is a dedicated web page on the UN General Assembly's website about the events. As a reminder, today and tomorrow, there are informal meetings on the intergovernmental negotiations with regard to the reform of the UN Security Council. There will also be a thematic debate on strengthening the accountability, transparency, and institutional memory of the Office of the President of the General Assembly on Thursday. We also wanted to point out that President Yang will convene a series of informal interactive dialogues to support the implementation of the Pact for the Future. These dialogues will serve as a platform for member states to exchange views, share best practices, and ideas on implementation efforts. The interactive dialogues will focus on means of implementation and monitoring and evaluation. The first dialogue will take place in March. We will share the link in our note to you. And lastly, we have launched last Friday highlights of the UN General Assembly. This one-stop shop will be shared on a weekly basis to capture key moments at the General Assembly, including the work of member states and the President of the General Assembly. And that's it from my side. If there are questions, sure, Desmond.
Hi, Sharon. Since you've mentioned about Pact for the Future, we know that one of the most important issues is tackling climate crisis. Yet the new U.S. President Trump just said that U.S. is going to withdraw from Paris Agreement. I'm just wondering whether anything the President of the General Assembly have to say about this issue.
Well, first thing, in terms of joining the Paris Agreement, it signals a commitment by all countries to address climate change. And as we all know, the climate emergency is actually exacerbating, and more important than ever is this, moving forward with the Paris Agreement. The President of the General Assembly encourages all countries to be engaged in the Paris Agreement.
But does he feel disappointed that the biggest emitter, yeah, withdraw from the agreement? What are we going to do now?
He wants all countries to be part of the Paris Agreement, and he will continue reiterating his call that all countries need to be engaged so that we are able to address this climate emergency. Any other questions? Any questions online? If none, wish everyone a great afternoon and week. Thank you.